A man from Levi took a Levite, his wife. She bore a son under Pharaoh's death in life. She saw he was fine, so she hid him from sight. 3 months in the dark, keeping breath held tight. 3 months hid him while the danger stayed outside. Couldn't keep covering the child of the cry inside, so she made him a basket for the riverside. Bull rush, woven, pitching men on every side. Laid him in the reeds where the water slide. By the riverbank while the law stood outside. His sister stood distant with fear in her eyes, waiting to know what the river would decide. Drawn out of the water, crying in the reeds. A Hebrew child hidden where the river meets grief. Drawn out of the water, under Pharaoh's sky. Her sister stood watching while the baby cried. Drawn out of the water, from the edge of death. A child in a basket still taking breath. Pharaoh's daughter came down where the river would flow. Her young women walked by while the reeds bent low. She saw the small basket where the waters moved slow. Sent a servant woman and she brought it close. She opened it up, heard the baby cry low. Pity rose in her heart when the tears overflow. One of the Hebrews' children, she said, and she know. Then his sister stepped near and said, should I go? Should I call a Hebrew nurse for the child below? Pharaoh's daughter said go, so the girl did go. Call the child's mother from the place of woe. Take him and nurse him, I pay what I owe. So the mother took the son from the river's flow. When he grew older, she brought him back slow. He became her son as the account shows. She named him Moses from the water below. Out of the water I drew him, she spoke. Drawn out of the water, crying in the reeds. A Hebrew child hidden where the river meets grief. Drawn out of the water, under Pharaoh's sky. Her sister stood watching while the baby cried. Drawn out of the water, from the edge of death. A child in a basket still take. One day Moses had grown, went out to his own. Looked on their burden, saw the pain they had known. Saw an Egyptian beat a Hebrew, one of his own. He looked this way and that's all no I shone. Struck down the man where the dust was blown. Hit him in sand and carried it alone. Next day he came with 2 Hebrews were thrown. Struggling together, one man in the wrong. Why strike your companion? The answer 'cause strong. Who made you prince and judge from a throne? Will you kill me too like the Egyptian gone? Moses was afraid, surely the thing is known. Pharaoh heard the matter and wanted him gone. Moses left Pharaoh, left Egypt's throne. Stayed in Midian by all alone. A man drawn out in a land not his own. Now running through sand, a son out of Egypt in a foreign land. Drawn out of the water, driven away. A man by a well with no home that day. Drawn out of the water, from the edge of death. Still carrying Egypt in every breath. The priest of Midian had 7 daughters at the well. They came to draw water as the daylight fell. Field troughs for their father's flock at the well, but shepherds drove them away from the well. Moses stood up and saved them as well. Drew water for the flock by the well. They came home early, Will could tell. Why are you back so soon from the well? An Egyptian delivered us there by the well. He drew water too, he treated us well. Then where is the man? Why leave him there still? Call him for bread, bring him here to dwell. Moses was content with the men to dwell. Will gives Zipporah the story to tell. She bore him Gershom and the name would tell. I have been a sojourner with foreigners dwell. Many days passed and Egypt's king died, but Israel groaned under slavery's night. They cried out for help from the burden and chain.